Let's check in with Turning Point's White House correspondent, Monica Paige. Monica, hope you had a restful weekend. Obviously, nothing happening around the world. It's just kind of dull and just sitting, just waiting for something to happen. But I guess the thing that is happening is on Tuesday or tomorrow, the NATO meeting starts. Given all of the things that did happen over the weekend, if people couldn't catch the sarcasm there, what are we looking like with President Trump meeting with the other NATO leaders?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Jobob. So the president's leaving off the South Lawn tomorrow, very early in the morning, from what I understand, heading over to the Netherlands, specifically The Hague, to participate in the NATO summit. He's going to be there for about a day or so. He's going to be returning back to the White House on Wednesday, pretty late into the evening. But essentially, the main focus was the GDP and the world leaders spending from 2% on the GDP to 5% when it comes to defense military spending, boosting that from 2% to 5%. But these latest developments overseas in the Middle East are probably going to overshadow that moment, and how the United States is going to continue handling Iranian aggression and also Russia's aggression when it comes to the war between Russia and Ukraine. Those two tensions over there in both of those regions are really going to be an overshadowing moment, and how these foreign nations can kind of come together and come to some sort of agreement when it comes to dealing with Russia and when it comes to dealing with Iran as it stands right now.
Monica, this is purely speculation based off of your kind of interaction with the White House. Does this stuff faze Trump at all? All of this stuff swirling around and then going into meetings with world leaders from around the world, they clearly have an opinion whether or not he should do more, shouldn't do more, what he did do. Does that faze the president at all in your kind of just opinion?
Well, it seems to not really faze him at all. He knows this is what comes with the job, and he's handled this a very similar situation in his first term when he took out Soleimani. So this current situation is looking like Soleimani 2.0. And this time he knows exactly how to handle it. And now I think he handles it 10 times better, given the amount of advisors that are surrounding him, and the amount of overseas adversaries as well that are kind of helping him navigate where exactly he should be going, what he should do. He's got a really good team. So it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds. But the president's made it clear no more U.S. military involvement moving forward. We know these most recent strikes from Iran were purely military performance. They weren't really aiming to harm anybody, from what I understand. But of course, we'll see how this plays out. But President Trump, he seems always very calm, cool, and collected when he speaks on these things. When I was around him just this past last week, he seemed very calm. Like, this is exactly what he knows how to do. He's the deal negotiator. He's the top businessman. He knows exactly how to navigate these kinds of situations and make deals. So I think that he'll handle this perfectly, as he always does.
Yeah, NATO is going to be really interesting to see the reactions, especially in real time. And I would be cautious of viewers watching that. Know that, hey, these other countries are trying to get media attention if they do, in fact, spark something that causes media attention. Everything is a show nowadays, and I can't imagine NATO will be any different. Monica Paige, we'll check in with you tomorrow. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, guys.